Okay, so now I'm going to have my patient perform a deep squat. What I'm going to have you do is bring the dowel over your head and go down into a squat for me. And what I'm looking for is the torso to be parallel with the tibia and the femur to be in line with below the horizontal plane. I'm also looking for the dowel to be over his feet and his heels to be on the ground. In a grade 2, it would be the same movements, it would be the same positioning, but the heels wouldn't raise off the ground. In a grade 1, if I could just have you go into a squat for me again, you're going to see the torso and the tibia are not parallel. You're going to see forward flexion with the rod being forward of the feet, and you're going to see the knees not being over the ankles. And you're also going to see the forward flexion. So this is going to be the hurdle step. First, I'm just going to instruct my patient on how to do it without the dowel. So what I'm going to have you do is just step forward. I'm going to make sure that the dowel is at the level of the tibial tuberosities. Let's see, have you step forward just a little bit more for me. And then what I'm going to have you do is you're going to bring your leg up and over, and you're going to set your heel on the ground. Okay? Now I'm going to have you come back to neutral for me. I'm going to have you put the dowel behind your head and look straight ahead. And what you're going to do is bring your leg up and over just like I had you do. And what I'm looking for is his hip, his knee, and his ankle to all be in line and have that dowel stay parallel to the floor. In his case, he was about a grade 3. If he were to, and I'm also looking for his lumbars to stay with little to no motion. With a grade 2, what you're going to see is the dowel, you're going to lose the parallel side of it, the hip, the ankle, and the knee will not stay in line, and you'll see some lumbar motion. But you'll keep this dowel in front of place. For a grade 1, you're going to see the same movements as the grade 2, but they're also going to lose their balance. They may knock over the dowel here, and just the inability to perform the excess motion. So now we're going to do inline lunge. First, I'm going to have my patient stand with his feet facing forward, and then I'm going to have him put the dowel behind his back. I'm going to have him contact behind his neck and at his low back, and then I'm going to have him go into a lunge. And what I'm looking for is the dowel to remain in the sagittal plane along with his movements, and okay, so now we're going to use the Apley's technique to signify shoulder mobility. So what I'm going to have you do is just bring your arm up like this and come around, and then I'm going to have you bring your other arm around like this. So with him, I'm just going to be looking for a grade 3. He's about 1.5 hands, so he's about a grade 2 here. A grade 3 is going to be within about 1 hand's distance. A grade 2 is going to be about 1.5 hands difference, and a grade 1 is going to be over 1.5. So we're going to have him do this on the other side. We're going to look for symmetry, and this is about a grade 2 as well. That's the shoulder mobility test. Okay, so now we're going to perform active straight leg raise. What I'm going to have the patient do is actively lift his leg. So if you can lift one of your legs for me. So he's about a grade 3, which is signifying that the medial malleolus is in between the mid-thigh and the ASIS. If it was a grade 2, it would be between the mid-thigh and the knee. If it was a grade 3, it would be below the knee on this side. If it was a grade 0, that would signify that there was pain. So he lifted his left leg there. I'm going to have him lift his right, and I'm going to look for symmetry with that. In his case, both of them are a grade 3. So now I'm going to have my patient perform a trunk stability push-up. So what I'm going to have him do is just do a push-up. And what I'm looking for is trunk lag and where his thumbs are placed. So in his case, his thumbs are aligned with his chin, and he didn't have any lag. That's going to put him at a grade 2. A grade 3 would be, for a male, his thumbs would be aligned with his forehead, and you would not see any trunk lag. If it was a grade 1, he would have the inability to raise his trunk off the ground with as not having a whole unit. You can lay down if you would like to, so you don't have to sit there. For a female, there's a couple little differences. For a grade 3, it would be aligned at the chin when they did the push-up, and it would be aligned at the clavicle for a grade 2. Okay, so now we're going to perform rotary stability. For a grade 3, I'm going to have my patient demonstrate for me. What I'm going to have him do is bring his ipsilateral elbow to his ipsilateral knee, and that will signify a